Have you ever thought about what truly creates intimacy between two people? It's easy to think intimacy is all about physical touch, but in reality, it's so much more than that. True intimacy isn't just about what's visible or tangible. It's about understanding the unspoken connection that flows between you and her. In this video, we're going to dive into the subtle yet powerful ways to create deep emotional intimacy through touch. Touch that goes beyond the obvious and taps into a deeper emotional resonance. Imagine yourself as the kind of man who intuitively knows exactly how to communicate with her not just through words, but through every gesture, every touch. These touches will awaken emotions she may have forgotten, sparking connections that go beyond the physical and leave her completely captivated. Stay with us until the end, because you'll learn how to master the art of the first, second, and even the fifth touch, each one a stepping stone toward a more profound emotional bond. We'll show you how small gestures, like placing your hand on her lower back, can speak volumes about your emotional presence and commitment. You'll discover how the delicate touch of her nape can convey tenderness and trust, and why the arm, knee, and wrist can build a connection so deep, it feels almost unspoken. Don't just stop at physical gestures. By understanding these intimate touches, you'll learn how to cultivate a connection that's full of respect, warmth, and desire. These aren't just tips for getting closer physically. They're ways to build a lasting emotional foundation that can turn any relationship into something far more meaningful. So if you want to elevate your emotional intelligence and learn the most intimate, meaningful ways to connect, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the powerful content we have for you. Let's get started. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Don't make the mistake of thinking that intimacy is simply about physical touch. It's so much more than that. True intimacy goes far beyond what can be seen or felt. It's about understanding the delicate, often unspoken language of connection. It's in the subtlety, the nuance, and the deep emotional resonance found in certain gestures, touches, and moments. Imagine yourself as the kind of man who intuitively knows exactly where to place his hand, how to touch her in just the right way, and how to ignite feelings within her that she thought were buried deep inside. The first few touches will spark excitement and thrill, awakening a desire she may have thought was long forgotten. But it's the fifth touch, when the connection is at its peak, that will leave her completely entranced, mesmerized, unable to think about anything else but the profound bond you've created. She'll be drawn to you in ways she never expected, her emotions pulled toward you like an irresistible force. But before we dive into these powerful and intimate touches, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and make sure you've activated the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our exciting content. Now, let's explore one of the most subtle yet profoundly impactful areas to touch on a woman, the lower back. At first glance, this might seem like just another part of her body, but it's so much more. This area carries an unspoken power, one that can convey warmth, security, and a quiet sense of safety. When you place your hand there, gently, almost imperceptibly, it's not just a physical gesture. No, it's a message that transcends words. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. This soft, almost invisible gesture carries with it a weight of reassurance and calm, offering her a sense of stability, like the steady grounding force she never knew she needed. When your hand rests lightly on her lower back, it becomes a symbol of silent support and emotional security. It's as though you're telling her, I'm here, I've got your back, and she will feel it, deep in her soul. Whether you're guiding her into a car, helping her navigate through a crowded space, or simply standing beside her, this simple touch says everything. It's a quiet reassurance that she can trust you, that you will protect her, and that she is not alone. This kind of touch goes far beyond the superficial. It's about showing her that you are a constant presence in her life, a steady anchor in an unpredictable world. It's a touch that speaks to her heart, reinforcing the emotional and psychological connection between you. You're not trying to possess her or control her, but rather showing her that she is safe with you, that she can rely on you, and that you are someone worthy of her trust and affection. Next, let's delve into one of the most intimate and vulnerable areas of a woman's body, the nape of her neck. This part of her is not only sensitive, but also incredibly personal. A well-placed touch to the nape is an act of tenderness and intimacy, a gentle, loving caress that speaks volumes. The nape is often exposed, an area that can feel especially vulnerable, making it the perfect spot for a soft touch that communicates care, respect, and understanding. This is not a touch to be rushed. It's one that must be approached with the utmost care. A gentle caress of her nape, with the lightest of fingers, can create an electric moment of connection. It's not just physical, it's emotional. When you touch her nape, you're communicating your deep appreciation for the trust she's placed in you. The act of touching such a vulnerable area is not just about the physical sensation. It's about the emotions behind it, the trust, the intimacy, and the profound respect for her body and her soul. This gesture requires a delicate balance. If it's too forceful or too eager, it can feel intrusive. But if it's light, gentle, and full of care, it will create an incredibly special and intimate moment between the two of you. The nape is an area that invites closeness, but only when approached with the right intention. It's an area that, when touched with respect and tenderness, creates an atmosphere of emotional intimacy, bringing the two of you closer together in a way that words cannot. The touch to the neck is a powerful, intimate gesture. It's a moment of vulnerability that can stir powerful emotions, creating a deep connection that can transcend anything else in the relationship. It's important to approach this with sensitivity, never rushing or forcing it. When you touch her neck with reverence and care, you're allowing her to feel your emotional presence, your understanding, and your affection. The neck, so graceful and fragile, deserves only the gentlest of touches, unless, of course, she invites you in with her words, her actions, or her own body language. This touch is an invitation to deeper intimacy, and it should only be given when the emotional bond is strong enough to support it. Now let's talk about the arm, something many might overlook, but when used correctly, it can be an incredible tool for creating intimacy. Imagine you're engaged in a deeply personal conversation with a woman. The energy between you is raw, real, and vulnerable. As you speak, you reach out and place your hand gently on her arm, perhaps in the midst of an important point or just as a way to emphasize a shared moment of understanding. This touch, simple as it may seem, becomes an incredibly powerful way to solidify the emotional connection between you. It's a subtle gesture, one that speaks volumes without the need for words. The arm, often unnoticed in the grand scheme of intimacy, holds incredible potential for emotional bonding. It's a touch that is not overpowering or demanding, but rather one that conveys quiet, steady support. The key is in the naturalness of it. You don't need to grip her arm or hold it forcefully. Instead, the touch should feel fluid and spontaneous, like a natural extension of the conversation. Whether you're sitting side by side or standing close to her, that subtle touch on her arm conveys your presence, your connection, and your commitment without needing to say anything. This touch transforms the energy between you, turning a simple conversation into a powerful, emotional exchange. It deepens the bond you share, creating an unspoken understanding between the two of you. It's a touch that shows you are present in the moment, that you care deeply about what she's saying, and that you're there to support her, no matter what. It's a gesture that can turn an ordinary interaction into something profoundly intimate. And whether she's sitting or standing, the arm is always available for that delicate touch, creating a constant physical connection that will deepen the emotional one. Each of these gestures, the lower back, the nape, the arm, may seem small or subtle, but when used with care, they can create an intimacy so deep, so profound, that it will forever alter the way you connect with one another. They are the invisible threads that bind you together, weaving a tapestry of trust, affection, and emotional connection that will make her feel cherished, valued, and loved in ways she's never felt before. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Let's take a deeper dive into one of the most intimate, yet often overlooked areas, the knees. This region, while seemingly innocent, holds incredible potential for fostering intimacy and attraction, especially when touched with purpose and intention. Picture this, you're sharing a quiet evening together, perhaps watching a movie or simply enjoying each other's company, when your hand gently finds its way to her knee. At first glance, it might seem like a simple, inconsequential touch, but in reality, it's so much more. This seemingly modest contact carries a profound message of connection, reassurance, and emotional intimacy. The magic of touching her knee lies in its subtlety. It's not about overpowering her or commanding attention. It's about the quiet power of a soft, tender touch that speaks volumes. By placing your hand gently on her knee, you're offering her a moment of comfort, a signal that you are here, present, and emotionally attuned to her. It's a touch that doesn't demand anything in return, but simply offers a moment of connection and warmth. It creates a feeling of safety, as if saying, "I'm with you. You are not alone in this moment." The touch is gentle and caring, allowing her to feel seen and valued without the pressure of any expectation. What's truly special about this gesture is how it strengthens your bond. The knee is a sensitive spot, yet not overwhelming. It's a place where, when touched appropriately, it enhances the feeling of closeness between you without feeling invasive. When your hand rests there, it doesn't just feel like physical contact. It feels like a promise of emotional support. You're signaling that you are someone she can lean on, someone who cares deeply about her well-being. This type of gentle touch fosters trust, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful, intimate connection. Try this soft touch next time you're in a quiet moment together. Observe how she responds. Does she lean into you, her body subconsciously seeking your warmth? Does she seem more relaxed and present in the moment, appreciating the non-verbal communication of care? That's the beauty of this touch. It's about the unspoken connection it builds. The knee, being easily accessible and naturally open to a light touch, can be a powerful tool for deepening your emotional bond and making her feel cherished without the need for extravagant gestures. Now, let's shift our focus to another area that holds remarkable power, the waist. A simple touch here can communicate a multitude of emotions: protection, closeness, affection, and even desire. It's a region of the body that invites both security and intimacy, making it one of the most potent spots for fostering a deeper emotional and physical connection. Imagine yourself dancing together, the two of you moving effortlessly in sync to the rhythm of the music. Your hand rests gently on her waist, offering her support, guiding her in the dance, and providing a grounding force that enhances the shared moment. The touch is firm, yet gentle, sending the message that you're not only physically present but emotionally invested in the connection as well. The waist is such a beautifully versatile spot. It's a region that can convey so much with a simple touch, whether you're walking hand in hand, sharing a private moment on the couch, or enjoying an intimate embrace. The beauty of touching her waist is that it communicates both safety and attraction, a combination that makes her feel not only emotionally secure but also deeply desired. It's a space where you can offer her both protection and passion, and when done with intention, it creates an energy that draws you closer, forging an even stronger connection. When you touch her waist, you're not only saying, "I'm here for you," but also, "You are special, and I want to share this moment with you." This kind of touch is incredibly intimate, yet not invasive. It creates a bridge between the physical and emotional realms, connecting you on a deeper level. When your hand rests gently on her waist, it's a gesture that's full of intention. It says you care for her well-being, that you want to provide comfort and protection, while also making her feel emotionally and physically cherished. It's a safe, sensual space where affection and desire can coexist, allowing you to express both your care for her and the growing attraction between you. The versatility of this gesture is what makes it so powerful. Whether you're leaning in to share a quiet, tender kiss, walking through a crowded space with her by your side, or simply relaxing together, your touch on her waist can elevate the emotional intimacy between you. It's not just a physical connection, but a symbolic one, showing her that you are her anchor, her protector, and her confidant. As your hand rests on her waist, it becomes an anchor point in your relationship, one that signifies emotional security, mutual respect, and an undeniable connection that goes beyond the surface. As you observe her reaction to this touch, you may notice how she subtly shifts closer to you, how her body seems to melt into yours in response. She'll feel more secure, more emotionally present, and more attuned to the bond you share. The waist is an area that invites intimacy, but also respect and care. When you touch her there, you're telling her, in the gentlest of ways, that she is cherished, loved, and desired. This touch is a powerful tool for deepening your connection, igniting both emotional warmth and passionate attraction that will continue to strengthen the bond between you with every gentle caress. Ultimately, both the knee and the waist hold incredible potential for deepening intimacy in your relationship. These simple, intentional gestures may seem small on the surface, but when used with care, they become profound expressions of your emotional presence, affection, and love. Whether you're guiding her through a crowd, holding her close in an embrace, or simply offering a tender touch in a quiet moment, these areas provide the perfect canvas for cultivating a deeper, more meaningful connection, one that will leave her feeling truly seen, deeply valued, and emotionally fulfilled. Let's take an even deeper look at the true power of hands, those remarkable instruments of communication that we often take for granted but which hold so much potential for intimacy and connection. While hands may seem like an obvious, everyday part of human interaction, when touched with intention and care, they transform into something extraordinary. Picture this: you're sitting across from her at a cafe, the air filled with the soft murmur of other conversations and the scent of freshly brewed coffee. As you talk, your eyes meet hers, and you slowly extend your hand toward her, gently brushing her fingers before fully enveloping her hand in yours. That simple, tender touch, so natural yet so profound, conveys more than words ever could. It's as if the moment itself pauses, giving way to a quiet, shared intimacy. The beauty of this touch lies in its authenticity. There is no rush, no expectation, just an organic, effortless gesture. Your fingers wrap around hers with just the right amount of softness and firmness, conveying a sense of safety and trust. This touch is neither overbearing nor hesitant. It's a balance of warmth and presence, a connection that transcends the physical. Holding her hand becomes an expression of your attention, your care, and your emotional availability. By gently taking her hand, you are not just offering a simple touch. You're creating an atmosphere of serenity, a space where both of you can feel seen and valued without the need for extravagant displays of affection. It's a gesture that speaks volumes about your intentions, an invitation to relax, to open up, and to be present with each other in this shared moment. As you continue to hold her hand, observe how her body language shifts. Watch as her posture softens, her fingers instinctively curling around yours as she begins to relax into your touch. It's as if, through this simple gesture, you've offered her a sense of reassurance, an unspoken message that says, "I'm here for you, and I'm present with you, without reservation." In that moment, she feels recognized, appreciated, and safe in a way that words alone could never achieve. This kind of intimate touch doesn't demand anything in return. It's about offering your presence, your affection, and your emotional depth, all wrapped up in a quiet yet powerful act. The true magic of this gesture lies in its spontaneity. There is no need for premeditation or calculation, just a natural, flowing action that emerges from the connection between you. It's the unspoken trust that allows you to lean in closer, to hold her hand with an open heart, knowing that it will strengthen the bond between you. This simple act becomes an anchor in your shared experience, a quiet, soothing moment that allows you both to feel deeply connected without the need for elaborate gestures or forced romance. Now, let's turn our attention to another incredibly sensual area of the body, the wrist. Often overlooked, the wrist, especially the delicate inner part, holds a quiet power that can evoke deep emotional and physical responses. Imagine, for a moment, bringing her wrist to your lips and pressing a soft, lingering kiss against her skin. It's an intimate act, one that's both tender and seductive, full of charm and understated elegance. This isn't just a physical gesture, it's an invitation to a deeper emotional connection. The wrist, with its vulnerability and subtlety, becomes a point of deep intimacy. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. The beauty of this touch lies in its fleeting nature. A gentle caress or a soft kiss on the wrist can create an unforgettable moment of connection, one that feels secretive and special. The touch should be light, almost like a whisper, signaling the possibility of something more. The wrist, in its delicate sensitivity, can hold so much emotion and meaning when treated with the utmost care and respect. By offering such an intimate gesture, you are expressing a level of closeness and desire that is both tender and profound. You're creating a moment that feels shared between just the two of you, a space where affection and attraction coexist without the need for words. This small act is full of unspoken promise. When you touch her wrist, you're not simply showing her affection. You're suggesting that there is more to explore, more to discover. It's an invitation to intimacy, one that respects the boundaries of the moment while offering the possibility of something deeper in the future. The inner wrist, with its soft, smooth skin, is one of the most delicate areas of the body, and a well-placed kiss or caress here sends a clear message of desire and admiration. This touch is not rushed or intense. It's slow, deliberate, and full of emotional depth. Try this next time you find yourself in a quiet, intimate moment with her. Whether you're greeting her after a long day or bidding her farewell, gently touching her wrist can leave a lasting impression. Watch as she reacts. Her eyes may soften, her body may lean in closer, responding instinctively to the warmth and tenderness of your touch. She'll feel desired and cherished, as if she is the only person in the room. It's a gesture that creates an unspoken bond, a shared moment of intimacy that lingers long after the touch itself has ended. These small, seemingly simple gestures, touching her hand, kissing her wrist, hold incredible power. They are subtle, yet full of meaning, and can have a profound impact on the connection between you. It's amazing how much can be communicated through touch alone. Each act, when executed with intention and care, becomes a quiet declaration of your affection, your attention, and your desire to foster a deeper bond. These gestures transcend the physical. They become emotional anchors that build trust, desire, and closeness. As you explore these acts, take note of how they shape your relationship. Each touch, each gesture, is an opportunity to build a stronger, more meaningful connection based on mutual respect, tenderness, and affection. Let your touches speak for you, creating a bond that is not only physically present but emotionally enriching as well. Through the power of these simple but intimate acts, you can create lasting, meaningful connections that are built on a foundation of trust, desire, and understanding. These are the moments that will leave her feeling truly seen, deeply appreciated, and emotionally fulfilled, ensuring that the bond between you continues to grow with each passing day. As we wrap up today's video, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far about managing emotional resilience, sibling relationships, or fostering healthier dynamics in your life? What is one thing you've learned today that you plan to bring into practice? Drop your thoughts and comments below. Let's continue the conversation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment, and please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on more valuable content. Thanks for being part of our community. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and seeing you in the next video.